They were lit. We all were like, oh, new drop, and they're like, no, it's not me. Take that down now.
It was me.
So yeah, I would have been like, yeah, you like that new song?
Cooked that up last night.
Hey Drake, maybe you need to hit up AI for some new singles, bro, because that shit was lit.
I was in the studio till 4 a.m.
That's crazy.
My life is a movie, but no acting, I'm happening. Drip too hard, I think I need a napkin, I'm splashing. I'ma make these millies, all this rapping, my passion. They used to make fun of me, what happened, who laughing? My life is a movie, but no acting.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so I don't know how many of y'all saw this. I don't know if you saw this. But recently, I believe it was yesterday, MetroBoomin and Timbaland were tacking onto some comments that Dr. Dre had made when him and Snoop were on a podcast, a hip-hop podcast, discussing, producers, modern producers, not following, technically not following in their footsteps, let's be honest, but not doing things properly as a producer, being lazy, and kind of the culture of chasing singles as opposed to creating a project is what I feel like they're really talking about.
Yeah. Without directly saying it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw that, but before we, dive further into it, what are your first reactions to like that?
I mean, it's going to be the same thing with basketball. It's going to be the same thing with any kind of art, any kind of entertainment. Times change. And the older generation is going to have something to say about what the newer generation is doing. And a lot of that comes from, bro, it's 2024. Like, technology is way different. The methods that they're using are way different. MetroBoomin and like DJ Mustard, people like that, OG Parker, they're not going to be doing the same thing that Dr. Dre had to do because we have way different technology and stuff now. So to say the proper way, I don't know what that is. So
I'm glad you said technology because that's one of their main points they brought up was, we being Dre and Timbaland and Just Blaze, whoever you want to say, we had to go hunt for the right samples or create the right drum patterns or loops or things ourselves to produce the tracks. All of y'all now just download a bank of loops and go, this loop's cool, slap it on there. This loop's cool, slap it on there. And then maybe you'll add a couple sounds to it and you got a beat. So, yeah, times change and you have more tools to use and it makes your job easier. Does that make you less of a producer? Because your job's easier.
I don't think so.
I don't think it makes you less of a producer either.
You're just not doing it the way they did it.
Does it make you less skilled though?
At certain things, sure.
Okay.
But I don't think that makes you less of a producer.
Yeah, I don't think it makes you less of a producer, but I think it obviously as technology advances and as you have all these things that assist, especially the creative side of things, sure, there's no way to argue that you are on the same level creatively or skill-wise if you are just copying and pasting half of your beat as opposed to creating it from scratch like it used to be.
Yeah, but they do gas it a little bit. Like, there are plenty of artists that do create their own loops, create their own sound, stuff like that. Sure. But as a whole, yes. I mean, it's gone away from that.
Right. If it was like 20% used to do that, 80% didn't, I think it's flipped. I think it's...
For sure.
But it's always been an element.
So for them, I would just say, like, appreciate the ones that are still doing that the way that, the blueprint that you set out. Yeah. But don't hate on the ones that aren't using your blueprint.
Yeah. I mean, because you could hear his tone. Like, he meant it.
Yeah,
he wasn't, like, playing around. He was like, y'all aren't us. But let's be honest, like, regardless of how they are creating, they're not them. Yet.
They're not.
Yet. I mean, how can you be 30, 40 years deep as a producer and say someone that's 10 years is on your level? They're only 10 or 15 years in. Of course they're not.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it in 15 more years. Maybe they will be.
You never know. But the cool thing about that is even if, like, I know we're saying they're not them yet, they'll never be them. I know in what sense you're saying. But, like, the cool thing is art. So, yeah, they're not going to be Dr. Dre. They're not going to be a Snoop. They're not going to be all these. They're going to be a new artist.
Yeah.
That tons of people love. So I just think it's art, it's subjective, and it's always gonna have the old heads having a problem with
like
what
you said, with
anything.
literally
anything.
Yeah. But I think
back when I was a producer, we had
I had to go to the record store and That's the one.
Beating on pots and pans in the kitchen, like.
But see, that's Timbaland. He's always like finding
I mean that's cool.
there.
That's dope. But don't take away from someone else.
Yeah. You know? Okay, I agree. I will say though, and I think we're on opposite ends of this to a degree. What I'm about to bring up, to a degree, I do miss. I'm one of those people that really looks forward to new release Fridays or a full. I really look forward to a full project. Now, not everybody nowadays. Everything's so fast and quick content, and no one wants to. Nobody wants to. I won't say nobody. The majority does not want even their favorite artist to come out and them have to sit there for an hour, hour and a half, and listen to it from front to back. A lot of people nowadays are not with that.
I want that.
You want that?
I want that. I don't
from your favorite
artist. From my favorite artist.
But other artists that are not in your top 5, whatever, top 10, you're just going to be like, all right, don't like that one, don't like that one, let me get these 2, put them in rotation.
I'd say top 20. I want to hear an album or a project.
Okay, I'm surprised. I figured for you it would be like...
There's a lot of artists though, bro.
I love these guys. Outside of that, just give me the best ones.
It is like that, but there's so many artists that top 20 is not that many people.
Okay. So to go off of... creating a complete project, which some people will argue, who are you to say what's a complete project? I think creating, and this is one of their points also that they were talking about, it says something when you're able to create a cohesive vision, message, and sound for a whole project.
From beginning to end.
From beginning to end, where... And it doesn't mean it has to be some super double entendre complex track 1.
It don't have to be super deep, no.
But sonically and topic wise and just the way it progresses, we all know what that looks like. We all know what that looks like.
And if you don't, Utopia, Travis Scott, check it out. You're welcome.
Honestly, and his other album. So I'm not a huge Travis Scott fan, but I like Travis Scott. The one that I always say is my favorite.
Birds in the Trap.
That's a great example of a complete
start
project.
to finish.
I think that's his best example of a complete, cohesive, and his sound. Because I feel like Utopia dipped a lot into Kanye.
But if you look at Travis in his past, like, he learns from Kanye. You know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So the influence is always going to be there.
No, and that's art too.
But all of his albums to me are like complete journeys from beginning to end, especially Birds in the Trap and especially Utopia.
Yeah, totally agree.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Straight up.
Oh, the whole chasing singles thing. That's like the culture in music now of like, let me just keep releasing a song that we did last night and see if it catches. If it doesn't, all right, let's release one next week. And then like you get into this culture of, there's 2 sides of it. Like you get into this culture of, I'm just going to release something until my fans love it enough to say, oh, that's the single for this new album I have coming out. Even though you wanted to do that 6 months ago with the first one you dropped, but no one listened to it. Like all the stuff that Drake dropped after the beef, none of it caught on, so he held back his new project. Yeah, he did. He released
I'm bumping
the 3-pack. He released a 3-pack.
I'm bumping it.
You bumped it, but like it didn't really...
It didn't catch wind. Like, no, it didn't.
He did it again. He released 2 more. It didn't do the Drake thing. So now he's like, all right, let me.
I'm bumping them.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Drake, when Drake drops something new, you expect it to be.
That's. I mean, we're talking about Drake. Let's talk about all the artists in general. That's kind of the culture now. And if you don't do that, that's how they stay relevant. And it's just releasing singles. Because there's so much music now with streaming and. People are just popping out singles like that.
I mean, people that don't have independent artists that just they did something correctly on social media or the right podcast or the right platform just happened to share their video.
Facts.
And they're nobody. They have 1,000 followers. They make tracks for fun. They wish one day they could make music, and then for some reason, World Star Hip Hop or something shares it. Now they're somebody. That's kind of what happened with Ice Spice, right? Like, there's so many examples that we could share of artists that, like...
You thought I was feeling you?
But, right? That's how she popped off.
TikTok.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like, that side of it, I think is dope. I think, sure, it opens the door to less talented musicians and artists, But I think it's cool that people are able to express themselves more now and have a chance.
It puts eyes on more people.
Yeah, which is always
Because some
cool.
of those artists are as talented as well.
Some.
As everybody.
Some, yeah, some.
But just talent is able to be seen more, you know?
Facts. Okay. But also,
But wait.
this is
There's
one,
more.
one more thing. Chasing singles. No complete projects.
Okay.
Well, not none, but the culture now
Less.
is more of not, you don't need to make a creative, cohesive album and just keep releasing stuff until a single pops, right?
Mm-hmm.
The third point of that is that's where the culture is right now is song length has gone.
That hurts me, yeah.
Bro, so it's
That
gone
hurts me.
from, and I feel like it's every 10 years. It goes from, we used to get super dope 4 or 5 minute songs, no complaint. We love it.
It was normal.
It was a normal thing. 3 verses were a normal thing, right? And all of a sudden, maybe around, and streaming is the main reason for this, and we know this. And right around maybe 2014, we started to see songs flirt with like just under 4 minutes. 3:30 to 4:10 became the average as opposed to 4:30 to 5:30.
It's not enough.
Yeah, and then now we're at the point where people are releasing 40-track albums with 2-minute songs.
Yes. And then you got people that put a minute 16 song on there. And it's the most fire song on the whole album. We want more.
What's his name?
Zay Francis.
Zay,
We
bro.
want more.
Bro,
Comfort Zone.
Well, he played Comfort Zone for me like a year and a half ago, and that became like one of my anthems for a year, and I still bump it like crazy. But bro, it's not even 2 minutes long. It hurts my soul.
You gotta put that bitch on repeat
hurts
because you
my
know it's
soul.
gonna end.
If I can put it on repeat and in 5 minutes I've already heard it 3 times, that's crazy to me. But we love it. I love that song to death, man. But
I do it still.
And that's why. That is why. That example right there. In 5 minutes I've heard it 3 times. That's 3 streams.
That's 3 streams.
That's 3 streams from a 5-minute block.
Smart.
So I get it. You've tripled up your streams by making your songs shorter.
But make your songs longer. All right.
Please. But does that not also kill the longevity of the music? Like, what I mean is, are you not going to get tired of it sooner? I think
it does.
It does kill the longevity of the music.
Yes, because a song that I have to play 17 times to actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Not to actually enjoy, but you know what I mean.
You get quicker to the fatigue.
Yeah, it gets played out quicker.
Yeah.
To where I know I still love that song, but I've literally heard it 32 times.
Yes.
In the past, 3 hours.
I was about to say in that one day. Yeah. In that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great. I think so. To tie that in, sure, we're in a place now where we have more music, more options, more artists, and that's awesome. That's super dope. That's a beautiful thing. But at the cost of half the length,
valuable minutes.
Yeah, half the valuable minutes, half the length, less complete cohesive projects, and in a lot of ways, to me, and it's kind of the last point I want to make from me personally is less original sounds.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not
Since,
always, but yeah.
Yeah, since there's so much access, everyone's like, this is what's popping. Let's all try it until we tack on.
Ride that wave, yeah.
Yeah, and so, again, that's cool, and that's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. Every era has a sound that a lot of people try to do. But at the same time, I'll just speak in hip-hop, even when, boom bap and all that style rapping was, the thing, even within that, you had so many flavors of MCs that really sounded like, oh, you're a Louisiana artist. Oh, you're a New York artist. You're from St. Louis. Yeah. Oh, you're from Atlanta. And now I feel like 80% of hip hop, no matter where you're from, they're all trying to be the same sound. You almost can't tell who's from where now.
I feel like you can tell Atlanta though.
Well, I mean, hey, yeah.
For you tonight.
Hey, yeah, twin.
But that isn't the shoot be a twin.
But is that not the sound that everyone's trying to do, regardless of where they're from?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So that part of it hurts. But I think we can agree that the fact that there's a majority, overall, there's just more music to consume is a great thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see with AI and everything else like that, where that's gonna take the industry.
That's another tricky topic, especially us as actors. I mean, we know how important that is.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the music aspect of it because that's even easier too.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw it. The fake Drake songs and the fake Bad Bunny songs, and they were fire. They were lit. We all were like, "Oh, new drop," and they're like, "No, it's not me. Take that down now."
It was me.
So yeah, I would have been like, "Yeah, you like that new song?
Cooked that up last night."
Hey Drake, maybe you need to hit up AI for some new singles, bro, because that shit was lit.
I was in the studio till 4 a.m.
That's crazy, but yeah, I guess long story short, I agree. I agree more with Dre and Metro and Timbo in the fact that there's less artistry, but I do not think that means they're lesser of producers than them. I just think they don't have to tap in as deep as they might be able to, and maybe they will again because they've only been doing it for so long. You can't compare them, but I don't feel like they don't have to challenge themselves as much, and so if they can make fire without having to dig deeper, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, and they don't really care that you don't think it's that they worked as hard because
it's fire.
It's fire.
You're listening to it, right?
So you got old school producers, new school producers. Put it up. Let's go.
Yeah. Who y'all rocking with? Not who has the better beats? Because, like I said, it's been.
Who you rocking with?
I'm rocking with the OGs.
I was about to hold the mic.
I'm rocking with the OGs, but it's like a 60-40 thing.
Okay.
I see both sides of it.
Okay.
And we're not comparing discography again because there's no comparison at this moment.
No.
They need the new guys need 10 more years before that's even.
They need some time.
Yeah.
They in the pressure cook.
But yeah. I'm 60-40 leaning towards the OGs on that one because that is what I miss: the complete projects and the longer songs. And unique sounds.
What do you think my percentages are?
The opposite. I think you're more 40-60. You're
60-40
the same percentages
new to old.
all the way around.
70-30 new to old.
Okay, yeah. I see that.
I fuck with the old though.
Yeah.
But that new though. That Don Toliver though.
Where y'all at with it?
Hey.
Whose side of the argument are you on more? Or are y'all split down the middle too, pretty much? So
yeah.
Let's find out.
They're on this side.
Let us know. Peace.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming to kick it with us. We really appreciate it. Keep tuning in. We're gonna keep talking. We're not gonna stop talking.
Never that.
Let us know how you like everything, what you rock with, what you don't rock with. Let us know your opinions so we can argue. We all know you have the same opinion as me, but if you want to make Michael feel better, it's okay.
It's okay, Kurt. We'll see.
But yeah, we want to shout out, all the people that made this happen, especially.
Especially Essentia.
Wyatt, you hear me? You know what to do.
Essential to a productive day.
Ryan, you know what to do.
Oh, come on, man. I got no names. Just this one.
I had to.
Also, shout out to that guy, Fletchy2Fat.
Fletchy.
Blessing us with blessing us with the theme song and giving us the okay to rock with it and rock with us.
Bro, I cannot wait to tell that story. It's literally perfect.
Lined up too good.
It's going to be... I can't wait.
I love how the universe works sometimes.
It is beautiful.
And you played a new track. You played a new track today.
Oh, I heard a song called DeRozan by Fletchy2Fat.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know that boy could sing now. He was on there with the melody.
Holding those tunes.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
And he's spitting bars in it. Bruh has range. He's nice. I have not heard a bad song from him yet.
Crazy. Honestly, crazy.
Fire new rapper from Mississippi.
Y'all know how honest and hard I am on hip-hop artists. Fletchy's fire. Fletchy's fire.
Fire, bro. Like,
what'd you say his nickname was before he started like elevating?
We gotta ask him about that. Snack Harlow.
Snack Harlow. What they used to say, what they used to call him.
Yeah.
That's lit. But anyway, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Can't wait for the next one. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Peace and love.